Okay, so I was just about finished with the UVs. Just got a few more to wire together here. Okay, I'm just going to pause the video now. It's getting a bit monotonous, so I'll be back shortly and I'll get these done. Okay, so I've done the tedious part. I just have to move everything into the space now. So, seeing these are just parts of the padlock and things, I'll just pack those. Okay, and I'll move it a little bit. Okay. I'll probably get a little bit more detail for the padlock, so I will select the face of the padlock. That's this one, I think. Yeah. Okay, so I'll keep that aside for more detail. These, however, I can pack fairly small. I'll just stack them up until they're in a group. Something like that. And I can reduce them in size. These here are the sides of the chest, so they won't be pretty big. This here is the inside of the chest, so it can be a decent size, kind of like the lid. Maybe a little bit more detail, so I'll make it a little bit bigger. There's the padlock. I'll bring it up here. I'll stretch it out. I'll get more UV space on that. This I'll just bring it around like that. Okay, these don't have to be too big. I'll decide where to put them in the end. There's the base. Probably just squeeze that up there. Actually, the base won't ever really be seen. I'll put these guys here. They're part of the catches, and they don't need a lot of detail at all. These guys, they need a fair little bit of detail, so they'll be bigger. This I'll rotate. Yep. Like that. And back. So that's the back. I'll give that less detail than the front, so the front can have more UV space. keep everything as square as possible as well. Don't want anything too stretched out. Okay, that looks pretty good. Just want to straighten up some of these. Yeah. Like that. And same with this one, straighten those up a little bit. Okay, that's good. So I'll just select them all and I'll bring them into the UV space. Yeah. And there we go. That's our UVs for the chest. What I'll do now is I'll save it and I'll render a UVW template. 1024 is fine. Okay, I'll save that. Small chest. And I'll save it as a PNG. Chest UV template. Okay, we can close that out, and I can collapse so that the unwrap doesn't exist. It's baked on. I want to give it a check, so I use a texture that I downloaded. You can get any texture checkers, they're called, from the internet. Just type in texture checker and check images, and you should get something like this. I think it's called a test pattern. So, from this I can see how well my UVs are spaced out. So I get more detail in the front here than I have in the back, which is what I want. Got decent detail on the padlock. Not too much skewing going on, maybe a little bit padlock, but I'm not really worried about that too much. It's only going to be a kind of silver effect casing. A little bit of skewing going on there, but yeah, that's not bad. Okay, so next stage is to create a texture. So I'll save this, got my object selected, and I'll go to export, export selected, desktop, OBJ, a small chest. I'll save it in the small chest folder. Now the reason for exporting OBJ is because a lot of the drawing programs, they use OBJ files. If you go online and look for a program called Tattoo, T-A-T-O, UV painting, Tattoo model painting, download. No, I can't find it. Vertex painter. Tattoo, where are you? Download Tattoo. No, that's not it. Okay, if you can find something that paints onto models, model, 3D model painter, painting software. you should find something, and they tend to paint straight onto your UV map for you and such. So, but if you have ZBrush like I do, then your days are happy days. So I'm just going to import my OBJ file into ZBrush and stretch it and drag it out and press T. It lets you edit the model. You can hold shift while rotating. You rotate by just dragging and drawing on the outside canvas here, and you hold down shift, it will lock to 90 degrees or snap to 90 degrees. All these things here, they really do help. There's something called polygroups, and I'll do auto groups. You can see it separated things out into different parts. Hold down Control and Shift, click on an object, it will hide the other objects. And if I like, I can start to paint onto that one. I'm just filling the object with a colour at the minute. You can see it's kind of blended the skirts a bit. That's because there's not a lot of detail. You get more detail from going to geometry and dividing it. I want to turn smoothing off though, because if I divide, then I get this crazy looking thing happening. So I'll just undo that, turn off the smooth and divide. I'll divide about 5 times and then I'll turn the smoothing on and divide another couple of times. And I've got 2.5 million polys at the minute. It's almost time to end this video, but not quite. I'll just fill the whole object the same colour. And I'll fill this colour. Takes a little while to do this sometimes, the amount of polys there is at the minute. I'm just filling each part. Okay, right, that's the end of this video. So next one I will show you how to texture it using Photoshop, using GIMP, which is similar to Photoshop.